Hello, children. How are you all? I hope you are doing well. So, let's continue with our chapter Soil. In this video, we'll study about types of soil. Based on the proportion in various soil particles, the soil can be broadly classified into sandy soil, clay soil, and loamy soil. So, let's study them in detail. First, sandy soil. As the name suggests, you should know that it mainly consists of sand. This soil mainly contains large sized sand particles. Clay and silt may be present in the traces. So, mainly the sand particles will be present and clay and silt will be present in small amount. The characteristics of sandy soil are as follows. The first characteristic, the space between sand particle is quite large. This is filled up by air. So we can conclude that sandy soil is therefore well aerated. That is, it is filled with air, like the space is there which is filled with air. Hence, we can say there is a good supply of air in sandy soil. Next characteristic, due to large space between the sand particles, the water drains out quickly. Because of this, sandy soil cannot hold much water. So we can say the water holding capacity of sandy soil is very low. Sandy soil therefore tends to be light and dry. So as a result of low water holding capacity, it is light and it is dry. This is a disadvantage of sandy soil. Next characteristic, sandy soil can be plugged easily. So you can easily turn the soil upside down. That is, you can easily mix it. Next characteristic, sandy soil cannot hold nutrients. As it cannot hold water and mainly the nutrients are dissolved in the water. So as the water seeps inside the soil, so it is unable to hold the nutrients as well. Children, look at this photo of sandy soil and try to correlate the characteristics of this soil to this picture. Please observe it carefully. The second type of soil is clay soil. This soil mainly contains smaller sized clay particles. As you already know, the name suggests that it consists of mainly clay. Sand and silt are present in traces. So again, the sand and silt in this type of soil will be in limited amount. The characteristics of clay soil are as follows. So the first characteristic is, since the space between the clay particles is quite small, these are compactly arranged. Because of this, very little air can be trapped. So this is the first characteristic, that very little air is present in clay soil. This is a disadvantage of clay soil. The second characteristic, clay soil can hold much water. Water drains out very slowly through clay soil. This is, however, leads to waterlogging, which can damage the crops. As the water gets logged there in the soil, the roots are unable to respire, which results in damaging the crops. Clay soil tends to be heavy and hold more water than sandy soil. Because of the high water holding capacity, it is heavy and it can hold, as you know, it can hold more water. The next characteristic, clay soil is difficult to plug. As it is compact and the particles are stick to each other, it is very difficult to plug it. The next characteristic, clay soil can hold nutrient. As it can hold more water, so it will hold more nutrients. Children, this is a picture of clay soil. Kindly correlate the characteristics of the soil with the picture. Children, the third type of soil is loamy soil. Loamy soil contains clay, sand and silt in right proportion. So you all can see that there is not a single type of particles which is in majority, but all are present in proper proportion or proper ratio. Humus is also present in loamy soil, so it's an advantage of loamy soil. Loamy soil is the most fertile soil. So you should, as the humus is present, you should know that it is the most fertile soil. The characteristics of loamy soils are as follows. First, loamy soil has sufficient water holding capacity. That is, the amount of water holding capacity that is required for a proper plant to grow, it contains that much water holding capacity. Second, it can hold sufficient air for growth of plant because of presence of adequate air space between the particles. So the air space between the particle is proper, that is adequate. That's why it contains sufficient air. The next characteristic, loamy soil can be plugged easily. The next one is it can hold necessary nutrients required for the growth of plant. Children, this is loamy soil. Please observe it carefully. Now let's see the difference between sandy soil, clay soil and loamy soil. So the property is main constituent. Sandy soil, large sized sand particles. Clay soil, small sized clay particles. Loamy soil, clay, sand and silt present in right proportion. The next property is space between the particles. In sandy soil, it is quite large. In clay soil, it is quite less. And in loamy soil, it is sufficient. The third property is presence of air. Sandy soil is well aerated. Clay soil is not well aerated, but loamy soil can hold sufficient air. Next is water holding capacity. Sandy soil cannot hold much water, whereas clay soil can hold much water. Loamy soil, right amount of water it can hold. Next property is nutrients. Sandy soil cannot hold nutrients. Clay soil can hold nutrients very well, and loamy soil can also hold nutrients. Next property, plugging. Sandy soil is easy to plug. Clay soil is very difficult to plug, whereas loamy soil is easy to plug. Okay children, now let's study some uses of soil. Soil plays an important role in the survival of organisms found on the earth. Its uses are as follows. The first use, soil enables plant to grow. As you all are aware of it, it provides all the nutrient required by the plant to grow. The second use, soil is also very important as a habitat. That is, it is a home for millions of living soil organisms like insects, earthworms, bacteria, fungi, etc. So, as you know, the soil provides home for millions of soil organisms. The next use, it provides anchorage to trees and vegetation. So your plant and tree can stand erect because the soil give anchorage to them. That is, it will provide the root of the plant, something to grip on. The next use, soil is also essential for forest of the world. As you know, the forest consists of plants, okay, and the trees. So soil is very essential for it. We get many useful things from forest. Forests provide us timber, and they are also the natural habitat of many plants and animals. So you know the forest provides us wood, and it is also the home for many plants and animals. The next use, soil is used for agriculture, production of crop. And you know that agriculture is very important for us, are necessary for human and animal food. The next use, soil is used in making pottery and bricks. So you know that we use soil in pottery and to make bricks. The last use, the microorganisms living in the soil help in recycling nutrients from dead plants and animals. So after plants and animals die, the microorganism in the soil will decompose it and recycle or provide the nutrients in the soil, which can be further used by plants and the growing plants and animals. Now children, it's the time to discuss question answers related to this video. So I would like you to take out your notebook, pause the video and write down all these question answers in your notebook. So let's start. Today's question, name the soil which has the right water holding capacity. And you all know the answer is loamy soil. This next question, name the soil that contains sand, silt and clay in right proportion. And the answer is again loamy soil. Next question, what is the importance of humus? And the answer to this question is humus makes the soil fertile, as you all know. It provides all the nutrients required by the plants for their proper growth. Next, it improves water holding capacity of the soil. Next, it allows the air to enter the pores of the soil. And the final one, it provides food to earthworms, beetles, etc. The last question is, how is air present in the soil helpful for organisms? Answer to this question is, soil provides shelter to the organism. Second, soil provides air to the organism for respiration. And the last one, soil provides food to the organism in the form of humus. Children, I hope you enjoyed the video and understood everything very well. We'll continue the chapter in the rest of the videos. Till then, take care, stay healthy, stay smiling, and enjoy your day.